Before there were screens, there were skies. Before TikToks, there were tailspins. And before batteries, there was balsa wood.
It's basically glue, a little bit of sandpaper, and that will do it.
For 100 years, Guillows in Wakefield has helped lead the world of flight.
People like to create things. You know, back in the 40s, before there was really too many plastic models out there, this is what people built. I think it creates a sense of joy.
Launching dreams from backyards and living room couches.
We do have letters that from pilots now just say this is what they like to do in their downtime. I would imagine that they started a lot of their careers by imagining that they're sitting in the cockpit of these planes.
Founded in 1926 by a former World War I Navy pilot, Paul Guillow, this wasn't just a business, it was a movement, a cardboard and balsa rebellion against gravity itself.
He would sell them out of the back of his car, and he'd go around to Woolworth and five and dime stores, and he started to make more complicated models and more gliders. Then he became one of the largest model manufacturers in the United States, right here in Wakefield.
Company president Thomas Barker landed his job straight from the drafting table in high school.
Guillows is looking for a designer to come in and draw airplanes. And so I came here and thought I'd just be here for a month or two, and almost 50 years later, here I am.
Longevity, similar to the products they sell.
This is the original packaging, and we keep this because when people walk into the store, they remember this from their childhood.
The original glider, still the top seller. They manufacture and ship millions from this Wakefield facility every year, and models have become more user-friendly thanks to laser cutting. Guillows sells 14 different gliders, now 80 different models, and they even got in a few styles with a softer landing.
Flying them is a lot of fun. They'll get up there and they'll fly for a minute, 2, 3, 4 minutes.
Up just a little bit.
Or in my case, immediately nosedive into the floor.
Loser.
So I brought in the team for a friendly competition.
So we're gonna see who can build it and fly it the furthest.
A lot of pressure on me.
There is a lot of pressure here.
You ready?
Ready, go ahead. Oh!
A few fleeting seconds of fun for this team, but perhaps it was really about the feeling, however brief, of soaring to new heights.
I think I won. Yes. Flyers, here we are.
A new pilot.
Welcome to a place where dreams take flight, where joy greets travelers at the gate, where hope rises above the clouds.
Whatever challenges they have in their life, it's a great experience for us to know that we're giving them a break from all of that.
Founded in 2013 on the belief that flying can be powerful medicine, Above the Clouds, a non-profit based at Norwood Airport, gives children battling illness or disability or just dealing with tough times something extraordinary: the chance to soar.
I think anyone who's faced serious adversity could use a moment that inspires them to overcome.
Each dream flight is free of charge, powered by the dedication of volunteer pilots who donate their planes, fuel, and most importantly, their passion.
This is my baby.
Pilot Chris Stewart is getting ready to fly with Jake today. The teen, an athlete who happens to be autistic, is among the hundreds of flyers who have passed through the program.
That's your step. There are certain things that you do that are so all-consuming that it really takes you out of yourself. Giving kids that perspective can really be life-changing.
For these brave young passengers, it's more than flight. It's a chance to rise above it all.
Even just a few hundred feet in the air off the runway, everything changes. It'd be a rainy, terrible day, and in 10 minutes you're up above the clouds, bright sunshine. It's just an amazing thing. It still amazes me every day.
The experience uplifts not only the child, but the entire family. Each flyer departs with a flight jacket and a pair of shades, but the pilots leave with something money can't buy: the profound joy of giving back. Sometimes they even receive heartfelt thank you poems written by young flyers like this one.
You know, when I'm on the ground, people look down at me, and in the air, care.
It's a reminder that in the face of struggle, wonder still exists. Above fear, above pain, above the clouds.
And Above the Clouds holds several flight days a year. The local aviation community very much embraces giving back. Some of their pilots also volunteer their time to transport medical patients and animals in need. And back to Guillows planes, well, they are toys, of course, but they are also a tool to simplify engineering for students. The company supplies them to aviation schools for educational purposes.